Excellencies, heads of states and government, ministers, ambassadors, distinguished participants, all protocols are observed. Let me begin with three realities that set our agenda here in Lomé. First, sovereignty is measured by what we build, not what we declare or claim. Second, borrowed models fail repeatedly in Africa. Africa must act on its own foundations. Third, Lomé has become the stage where Africa sets its peace and security agenda. This forum exists because of a vision born here in Togo. The President of the Council for Abdisaid understood early what others only later recognized. Africa cannot outsource the architecture of its peace and security. His leadership, both as the President of the Council here in Togo and as the African Union's mediator in the Great Lakes, shows how national responsibility and continental duty reinforce each other. It is this balance between the local and the continental that gives meaning to the African agency. I also recognize my dear brother, Professor Robert Duce, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Cooperation, African Integration, and Togolese abroad. His judgment and strategic discipline has driven this effort from the start. Under his leadership, the ministry and the team of the ministry and the LPSF Secretariat have built more than a conference. They have built an institution, a platform where Africa thinks and acts with purpose about its future. To the people of Togo, I extend profound gratitude. Your generosity grounds this forum in place and in purpose. State building is never abstract. It takes root in lived experience, in communities that hold, in institutions that earn trust, and in dignity that gives sovereignty substance. Across Africa, the struggle of authority remains central. Who governs, over what authority, with what legitimacy? Too often, power exists without a reach, and institutions without a depth. Sovereignty on paper dissolves in practice. These are not problems for donor templates or imported fixes. They demand strategies anchored in African history, shaped by our own geography, and carried out by our own institutions. We must also reject the myth of permanent scarcity. Africa is not poor in resources. It's constrained by systems that ration access and concentrate control. True progress lies in building sufficiency and unlocking capacity. Binding peace to justice. Development without authority is an illusion. Authority without legitimacy is fragility. The Lomé Peace and Security Forum 2023 gave us a compass. It rejected dependence, affirmed a truth that must now guide us in action. Africa's peace and security agenda must be shaped on African terms, tested by African realities, and reinforced by institutions that persist under pressure. Over the next 2 days, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, our work will unfold through 5 panels before you. Each engages a core question, from strategic autonomy to peace in Great Lakes, youth as actors of transformation, and the governance of artificial intelligence. Together, they aim not to rehearse problems, but to define actionable outcomes and choices. Excellencies, distinguished participants, Africa does not need permission to define its future. The path to peace and security will not be dictated from abroad. It will be charted here by African states through African institutions for African citizens. Lomé is not simply hosting a conference. It's setting the stage where Africa asserts its sovereignty and shapes its political order. That work begins now. Thank you for the commitment you bring here. It gives the forum the strength, and your contributions will shape what follows. I hope, having seen the documentary on how Togo looks, you will have a moment to experience at least Lomé and the warmth of its people, which gives this forum its spirit and place. I thank you.
Thank you so much to the chairperson of Lomé Peace and Security Forum. Toute notre gratitude.